It's the Flex Zone Podcast, episode 362. You know what to do. If you're in the chat right now, go ahead, hit that thumbs up, leave us a like. Hit that bell to stay up to date on all notifications for the Flex Zone Podcast. And smash that subscribe button like Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. It's the only place giving you your sports how you want when you need it. It's October, folks, and we're moving along. And we're talking MLB playoffs. We'll give our prediction of who plays in the World Series and who takes it all. You seen the question in the description. Are the Ravens back on track after a 1917 last-second win and now in first place in the AFC North? We take a drive down 95 and take a look at the Commanders. A big return, but same result. The Commander Lawyer and Crevonte will break it down like nobody else can. We get goofy as we end the show, and we got those picks for week 6 as well. The gang's all here. Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Let's get to it. Knocking out the competition harder than Draymond Green at practice.
Ha!
The Flex Zone Podcast. The only place, fellas, giving you your sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Episode 362, you know what to do. Shout out to Ms. Bates. We see you in the chat. If you're here, if you're watching, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. Tap in with us. Let us know your thoughts on the week that was in the world of sports. Big show, MLB playoffs. Ravens, big-time win in first place. Commanders, season may be over before it even starts, but a big-time return, which does show hope for one of their positions for the future. We got the Week 6 picks. We got a Monday Night Football update as the Tribal Chief is in action, and the Tribal Chief is on Raw as well. So Tribal Chiefs all around. And speaking of Tribal Chiefs, we are the head of the sports podcast table. Make sure you guys throw up your ones and acknowledge us, as always, as the head of the sports podcast table. The Flex Zone 1 on Twitter and Instagram, the Flex Zone 1 at gmail.com, and the Flex Zone podcast on TikTok. And if you want to donate, Cash App, the Flex Zone 1. Big time episode. This is episode 362. We appreciate you. Make sure you check out our sponsor for the night. As tonight's show is sponsored by Fanatics. Get your gig. Get your NFL. NBA season's coming. NHL season's here. MLB playoffs. NCAA in full swing. And NCAA basketball less than a month away. Can you believe that already as we head into the fall months? Can't do the show alone. This man to my right, to my left, he's on every side of me. The social media producer. He's got on his white tee. Big Raj. He was a club level Raj yesterday, but he was Sunday night primetime Raj, and he's in the Flex Zone building. Or were you Club Raj? Were you Club Raj yesterday?
I was with the people yesterday, bro. I was everywhere.
You were with the regular folk.
I was with the peoples. So I was in the clubhouse. I was tailgating. I missed my man Justin. I didn't get to see him yesterday, but it's all good. I'll catch him one of these days. We'll link up, but I was with the peoples, man. I was all over the place. I was getting my walk in, basically, all over the place. So I was there. I was at the Ravens game. Had a great time. You know, the Ravens did their thing. We'll talk about it a little bit more. I know we expounded upon it yesterday with the review, but, you know, we got a little bit more to talk about.
Well, let them know how to keep up with the podcast, what they need to do if they're watching right now, and how to watch that wonderful review we did last night. Shout out to you.
What you guys can do is y'all can hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and definitely check out our videos if you would love to get with the Flex Zone podcast, because we give you sports how you want it when you need it. So hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Check out our other videos, and we're going to have some more stuff coming for you down the line.
This next man, you can salute him. He's the commander. It's his corner. It's his world. He's the Commander Lawyer, Commander Crevonte, Bay. Also, remember, he's always steering and driving, because he's the captain.
Hands down.
How you
I hate
feeling, my brother?
I hate
Oh,
it.
fresh off homecoming.
Homecoming was cool, man. I went a little later than I usually do, but I still saw quite a bit of people in my short amount of time there. And plus, y'all know I don't really do the cold, so I wasn't out there much. Dre, after I saw you, I wasn't out there much longer. I probably left around about 9:30. I was like, hey man, listen, I felt like I never dressed properly for the cold. But it's always good seeing old faces and catching up, talking, laughing, doing some other stuff. Um, just being a part of homecoming festivities. So it's always a good time. And so yeah, that was cool. But man, this Commanders mess, man. I told y'all, hey, I feel like I repeat myself every week, and you're gonna get another form of a rant with some new information that I haven't been saying all week. But it's the same story, y'all. Same thing, same story.
Real quick, I know you got on the black shirt. I meant to ask you this, so I'm gonna ask you on there. You don't see it coming. I heard there's a Crown Royal Black, and there's the Crown Royal aficionado here on the Flex Zone podcast, the dark liquor aficionado, along with your brother to your right. Um, quick review. Good, I heard good things about it.
So I don't know if they revamped it, but they had a Crown Royal Black out some time ago, and then I stopped seeing it. I want to say, Dre, you was out with you. I think you was out with me when we was out DC a while ago for my birthday. Um, Crown Royal Black was out at that time. It wasn't wildly popular, and it was really, really, really new. And you know how the flavors just jump off the shelves. The black is for in the house. You really don't turn up on this. You really don't turn up on this, okay? Because it gets you where you need to be a lot sooner than you probably want to be. So that's for in the house chilling. You trying to get lit in the crib in a safe location. Um, if you trying to be out turned up, that would be my first choice. It the black and the originals are not my first choice. The black and the original is for in the house.
I love how when you started talking about Crown, our viewers went up. By the way, so shout out to everybody in the chat. Numbers went through the roof.
You know
Shout out
what?
to
What's your favorite drinks, y'all? What's your favorite
That might be
alcoholic beverage,
might
y'all?
be that might be the missing ingredient.
What's
We might
that?
have to make that a segment, man. Drop your favorite liquors in the chat. I see the base family here. Shout out to the base family for the support this past weekend. But this next man needs no introduction, but I'm gonna do it anyway. He is Mr. Morgan State. He is the professor. He is the man of 1,000 nicknames. He is the tribal chief. He is the flex zone messiah. He is the Le Champion. He is Lamar Jackson's agent. He is Pride of the East Side, Savior Misbehavior, Straw that stirs the drink, and the flyest shimmy, even flyer than Steph Curry.
Hey
The
now.
man more mean than a vaccine, and he keeps it pristine. And he does do brunch on Sundays.
Hey yo. She's right.
Andre
But she's
Mellon,
right.
baby.
But she's right.
What's going on, my brother? How you feeling?
I like how you snuck that in, good brother. Appreciate y'all as always, man. Happy homecoming to our fellow Morganites here at the Morgan State University. And I saw my good brother Uncle Raj to start off, and then saw Crevonte to finish it all off. So nothing but great times, 155, and keeping it moving.
Hey, glad you guys had a great time. Shout out to all the Morganites and non-Morganites, because a lot of goofy people there that shouldn't have been there, causing a lot of niggatry going on. But we'll leave that story for another day. Let's get to it. Episode 362. Like I said, if you're in the chat, hit the like button, hit the bell, drop your favorite liquors, whatever you want to do. Or if you're a wine connoisseur, I've gotten into wine recently myself. Feel free to drop those things as well. Drizzy Dre, it's that time of year. It's time for the Major League Baseball playoffs, and your Yankees seeking the 28th championship in their franchise history. Aaron Judge hit his 62nd home run, breaks Roger Maris's AL record. He was going to win AL MVP and get paid a lot of money this offseason. Drizzy Dre.
Well deserved.
It's been about 5 years, my brother. You've been saying Yankees, Dodgers. You've been saying the Yankees won't get it done. Is this the year that at least one of those things comes true? Do the Yankees get over the hump? Do they make the World Series? Do they win it all? Who do you have making the World Series and taking the coveted championship in the Fall Classic?
Ooh, you know, I still want to stick with my Yankees, but I'll admit it's an uphill battle to climb because um, Cleveland. Now we talk about Washington with their new name and how goofy that is. I don't even want to get started on Cleveland and the Guardians. I would be ashamed of my Yankees if we lose to Cleveland. I think Cleveland will give us a run, but I don't think it'll be enough uh, to dethrone them yet. So I still could see the Yankees and the Astros in the ALCS, but I think the Yankees can pull it off. But the pitching with Cleveland and the pitching with the Houston Astros are definitely no sneeze at. Both teams are definitely deep when it comes to at least the pitching, but the Yankees have those bats. So I mean, I'm still going to stick with my team, and I think the Yankees can make it to the World Series. Aaron Judge should get paid, and like you said, he should be the MVP, hands down, for what he did. And that's not to take away from my man
Otani.
in Anaheim with the
Otani.
Angels. But I mean, that brother, he could be MVP as well. But to compare it to the season that Aaron Judge had, I'm sorry, brother, this ain't your year. As far as the NL, I mean, all teams. I mean, the NL to me is like that's the one I'm really watching for because at least in the AL, you kind of figure it's going to be Yankees and the Astros, one of those two teams. But in the AL, I mean, in the NL, I mean, Atlanta, you know, as defending world champs, you got Phillies who I'm surprised that they've made the run that they've made. San Diego, we've been talking about how long San Diego was going to be a great team, and here it is. So it's all or nothing. And then you got the Dodgers, and we know how the Dodgers are. I mean, the Dodgers are always going to be right in the mix. So any of these teams, but if I had to, I mean, of course, you know, we're all.
Oh man, what up, man?
Hey, oh, Snowman, what's good, man?
What up, man?
But in the NL, I'm gonna say the Yankees and Dodgers because that's the World Series that we all root for.
It's just you. It's just you. It's just you.
If the Dodgers didn't make it, honestly, I would really like to see the Phillies in there. Honestly, just because Bryce Harper, I know he's not a Yankee, but if Bryce Harper could finally like get at least to a World Series, that would be great for me. I'm disappointed that the Mets they weren't. We're not going to get that New York versus New York World Series, but it's the Mets just kind of fell off. And it's similar to the Yankees. The Yankees started out real hot, but they scare me because they haven't since the All-Star break. They haven't produced in the same numbers that they were prior. So we shall see. But I mean, I'm looking forward to a great postseason. I know we've been talking a lot about this is the time of year when you have everything thrown at you. You have college football. You got the National Football League. You've got the NBA coming up, and then you've got the Major League Baseball playoffs. So this is the greatest time in sports right now to me, and I'm looking forward to everything that's to come about. But like I said, my pick is going to be Yankees, Dodgers.
Crevonte, who are you sprinkling your betting money on these MLB playoffs?
Yo, all right. So before we get into that, can I say what a disappointing season for the New York Mets? What an absolute disappointing season. Arguably having two aces in their lineup, but 100 plus wins and not making it to the divisional round. This is absolutely absurd. And
You think the format is goofy? Because I think that's a little goofy that you don't make the playoffs winning 100 games, but you got teams who don't win 100 games make it.
I listen. They weren't supposed to lose. I think no matter how you slice it, especially in the 3-game series. Come on, bro.
Neither were the Padres, though. They got Soto, Machado, all those guys. This is not fair because both of the teams are stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, true.
Yeah. You might have a point. You have a point.
But I mean, when you're looking at their, I mean, what the Mets, both the Mets and the Braves had over 100 wins, so it was like.
But the Mets had no business losing that division. They had
They did
massive lead.
They didn't, but I mean,
But
what
they
you know
they
how it
got
is. One
walked
team,
down. They got walked. Like
one,
that was bad. They had a big lead and they got walked.
that's crazy. 3 teams from that division made the playoffs at over 100 wins. So somebody was supposed to fall off, but that not in that fashion. I agree, Crevonte. So I'll let you go ahead with your.
So okay, so got that out the way. Man, I like the Astros, man. I ain't gonna hold you. The Astros been one of the more consistent teams throughout the year. Above average pitching. We already know what their bats could do. It's all about, we all know what the playoffs is all about, who's hot at the right time. But I feel like the Astros have been pretty hot, majority of the year. So I'm gonna go with the Astros and the AL, and the Dodgers are obviously the favorite, but I'm gonna jump out there and I'm gonna say the Braves go back. I'm gonna jump out there and say the Braves go back, and they're gonna beat the Astros, and they will. I think they're gonna lose to the Astros in the World Series.
So you have Braves, Astros. Dre has Yankees, Dodgers. Raj, who you got, brother? You rolling with the Braves again, man? For our good friend JD.
I'm going with the Braves. And are they hold on? The Braves and Dodgers in the same conference?
No, well, Braves play the Phillies and Dodgers play the Padres. Best of 5.
Braves, Dodgers.
No, well, that's the NL. That's the NL.
That's
Uh,
it.
Okay, well, the Dodgers then, to win it all. And I guess the Yankees. There you go. I don't really care for baseball. I'm sorry. The Red Sox not in it.
No more free pizza.
Boo the Red Sox.
Who gives a damn?
No more
But I mean, like I said,
pizza.
I'm legit surprised.
No, because I got the Ravens. They gonna give me my pizza, and the Wizards start very soon, so they'll get my pizza. So there you go.
I mean, let me ask the fellas though, because Crevonte, you picked the Braves and Byron, how do you feel about the Padres? Because this is a team that they similar to like the O's, they just kind of like building from within. They did get some major pieces, along in free agency as well. But do you feel like this is the time when they should be peaking, or they're kind of peaking early?
Well, anytime you beat Scherzer and you pretty much, like Crevonte said, you take him to the brink and you eliminate the Mets. I'm definitely liking their momentum. Like Crevonte said, team gets hot, and they know the Dodgers very well. And I think if anybody can beat the Dodgers in the NL, it is the Padres in the same division. Machado, we know how good he is. You talked about Bryce Harper. Machado is just as good. Juan Soto, Crevonte.
My young boy over there.
Juan Soto,
Yeah.
Yu Darvish, Musgrove. They got a lot of pitching. So it'll be, I think, 5 games. But I actually think the Phillies are going to beat the Braves. That's my bold prediction. I'm going to go with the Phillies over the Braves. I'm going to take the Dodgers just because they have no reason to lose. If the Dodgers don't get it done this year, it's a choke job. Winning over, 110 games plus. I'm going to go Dodgers. But I do think the Guardians are going to give the Yankees some trouble. I don't know if they'll beat them.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be a good series. I mean, hey, I think we'll get a rematch of Dodgers Astros though, and I think the Dodgers finally get their World Series in a full season because remember it was the COVID shortened season. But if the Padres win, but Dre, like to your point, whoever comes out the NL is going to earn it. It could be any of those teams. You can make a case for, honestly.
Word.
I think also before we wrap up this segment, honestly, just to see something different, it would be great if we could see the Phillies and the Padres, just to kind of mix it up a little bit, But I mean, so we agree about the Guardians and the Yankees, that the Guardians they're going to give the Yankees some issues, especially with that pitching lineup that they got going on over there, and then of course Houston and the pitching that they got going on. I mean, they granted, Crevonte, you talk about walking a team down. I mean, the Astros, when coming in, they weren't the number 1 seed, but now they caught up to the Yankees and then exceeded them as far as taking the best record in baseball. So, the best record in the AL. So, you know, any like we'll see what happens with these playoffs, but it's not going to be an easy road for the Yankees to get to the World Series. But then also whoever's coming out of the NL, it's not going to be an easy road for any of those teams.
Real quick, shout out to the Mariners. They broke the longest active streak in the four major sports. First playoff appearance since 2001. They beat the Blue Jays, beat them 2
Yo, they
nothing.
got him out of there, yo.
Mhm.
They got them out of there.
And the Blue Jays was my sleeper to get to the World Series potentially. But I got to give the Mariners some credit. They got a young star, Julio Rodriguez. If you don't know his name, he's going to win
You
AL
gonna know.
every year. You're going to know him. He's a hell of a player. J-Rod, as they call him. So look out for him. And the Mariners, they know the Astros well. They're in the same division. Anything can happen with these divisional matches. Like I said, the Padres beat the Dodgers or the Mariners beat the Astros. I wouldn't be surprised.
So, yes, this is playoff baseball. So, yes, anything can happen. But in the series, I think the more experienced team will prevail. But the Padres are a very interesting team. But in order for them to win, them bats have to come alive because they got them. But if they go cold against Kershaw and them, I think the Dodgers can win anyway. Short, long, you know, they can play a long game. They could have a shootout, and all that. But I think in order for the Padres to win, they got knocked out the park.
Well, we here on the Flex on Knock It Out the Park. Let us know your predictions for the World Series. We'll talk more about it as it draws closer. Bonus videos, all of those things as well. Big Raj, you were there last night. Baltimore Ravens got a last-second victory as we switch gears to the NFL over the Bengals, 19-17, sit at 3-2 in first place in the American Football Conference North. I was about to say American League, but it works out. You put the question, and that's a great question. Are the Ravens back on track? They head to New York this week, where the Giants are 4-1, facing their former defensive coordinator Wink Martindale and the resurgent Saquon Barkley in New Jersey, the home field of the New York Giants.
Well, let me just say this. Since I got a new saying, you know, our good friend Bray Wyatt is back in WWE, and he has a new saying: "Rebel in what you are," and that's exactly what the Ravens are doing. They're rebelling in what they are. They're pretty much are starting to get back on track, just a little bit, but I mean, they still got a lot of things they got to clear up. And one thing that continues to haunt this team is injuries. And today we learned that Marcus Williams will be gone for a long period of time. Not sure how long, probably by November, late November, early December, hopefully. But we don't know the specific time period. So he's going to be out. We already have Justice Hill out. We already have Rashad Bateman out and a host of other people. So it feels like every time we get people like Stanley and J.K. Dobbins back, we lose more guys down the way, and that kind of hinders the team. But luckily, we have Geno Stone. He'll probably step in for Marcus Williams, and Kyle Hamilton will probably be the backup towards him because he's still struggling. But maybe, just maybe, with Marcus being out, maybe Kyle Hamilton will come along during the rest of the season. But I think the Ravens are, trying to figure out. Well, I'm glad they got. I'm so glad that they, broke that losing streak at home. Though they was on I think a six game losing streak at home. So I'm so glad. 5-game losing streak at home. So I'm
Almost
so glad.
6 yesterday.
It could have been 6, but they broke that. So that's a really good thing. And they're facing the New York Giants next week. This is a tough task. They're gonna need to stop the run. I mean, I understand that Saquon Barkley's a beast, but you're gonna have to stop the run. So I think if they win next week, I can say for sure that they're completely back on track and winning at least 10 or 11 games this season. But like I told you yesterday, Byron, I believe that they're going to have to take it one game at a time, man. They're going to have to take it one game at a time. We cannot look ahead towards the Browns or the Steelers or whoever else that we play on the schedule. We have to take it one game at a time because this team stays. I mean, it has not failed with an injury per player. We don't know who is going to be next. clearly this happens every game. Somebody's getting hurt for a significant amount of time. So, I mean, it would be nice for somebody to not get hurt for the rest of the season, but that just doesn't happen here. So we never know what's going to happen next. The Ravens right now are in a, I'm not going to say a kerfuffle, but they're in a place where
What's
they're
it called?
kerfuffle. They're not in a kerfuffle, but they're in a place where they're just trying to figure it out and just try to get back on a winning path and winning streak. So hopefully guys like Ronnie Stanley, JK can get acclimated, and Marcus Peters can stay healthy along with everybody else. And Lamar Jackson cannot have another game like that again, like he had yesterday, where he's missing wide open wide receivers, down the line, and he's throwing interceptions wildly. We cannot have none. We can't have that, especially if you want to get paid the money you want to get paid. So for us to also get back on track, you have to get back on track, Lamar, and complete those passes. I understand that you in prime time lights, and sometimes people get cold feet a little bit, but it is what it is, man. Yes, Mark kerfuffle, yes, Trump 2024. That's right. There you go. That's right. Vote for him. But anyway,
Is that how you spell it?
I don't know. I don't know how you spell kerfuffle. It was a great saying, but I'll leave it to the rest of you guys. What do you guys think?
Okay, let me say this, because people are getting on Lamar Jackson about the 2 missed throws, which could have sealed that game away, I'll admit. But I'm not too upset at him about some of those missed throws. And the reason I say that is because it's not like he missed them far. Like when you look at the touch of the football, he's like missing them by not much. So I think that compared to where Lamar Jackson was before, I'll take that, because that means he's steadily improving. Yes, it's something he has to work on, but from seeing the progression of this man over the past 4 years with what he's done with this team, he'll those are mechanics he'll work on, and he'll continue to grow. I don't think that should have anything to do with him getting his money, because he's already shown us prior to this season that he deserves to get paid, and he's going to get every penny of whatever he gets, and that money should be guaranteed because he's one of the faces of the league. Yesterday, if anything to me, yesterday he proved that he does deserve this money, and that he's still in the MVP race, because he was still able to take his team with that little bit of time left, take them down the field, and to be able to have them to get the victory in a divisional game. I didn't take too much from it, because it was a primetime game, divisional game, and when you see a team like twice a year, you're not even when you try your best, both teams aren't going to be their best, because I mean, there's only so many times you can see this team. You're going to see this team twice a year. They've seen you over a number of years, so everything that you throw at them, they already know what you got, and vice versa. So I don't really take too much into these divisional games when they're that low scoring, or mistakes are made. Had this been like maybe against a team like Buffalo or Kansas City, I would be of more concern. But in a divisional game, I'm not as concerned. I do believe that the Ravens do have a tough task coming up against the Giants. This team is no team to sneeze at. I mean, I didn't take them seriously until they beat Green Bay this past weekend in London. Now, I don't think that the Giants will make the playoffs, but I think that they're more serious than what we would think, especially with their coach. Sometimes, you can see it from the Giants. Head coaching can make a hell of a difference. And having Brian Gable right there as their head coach, I think that I think he's done a hell of a job, especially with the reemergence of Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. Like Daniel Jones, we had a lot of question marks about Saquon. We were wondering if he could stay healthy or not. But this Giants team looks like they're at least compatible against anybody right now. So I think that the Ravens can pull it off, but it's not going to be an easy win. And like Raj said, take it one game at a time. I think sometimes we were looking too far ahead at other games, and we've done in the Ravens, we've done that in the past too, where we'll have a game week 2 where we may see the Chiefs week 4 and looking ahead instead of our next opponent. Each game you got to take it one step at a time, one game at a time, and I think if they have that approach, with the losses early, Raj, now I have to drop them to about 10 wins. I can't give them 11 quite yet. I could see it, and I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think that those losses early do hurt the Ravens in their quest. But I think that as the season progresses, we'll see whether or not this team is ready for that Super Bowl push. I can still give them the conference championship, but I can't give them that Super Bowl push quite yet.
Mark, I said it in the post game yesterday. If he didn't make the Super Bowl last year, he would have been on the hot seat. But we know the Bengals don't fire coaches, so we'll leave that alone. Crevonte, any thoughts on this?
Sure.
Great bounce back. After the Bengals put a whooping on the Ravens 2 times last year, of course, Lamar Jackson not being there for one of them. This was a great get back game. And and I see Mark's comment, Zach Taylor is doing a lot. He's looking real questionable right now. I'm not going to say anything wild yet, but it's some questionable things on the coaching side of the game for the Bengals. Their offense is not clicking how it was the back half of last year. And I don't know if they mailed it in, just figured that it would. They got better on the offensive line, or did they? At least by name, they got better on the offensive line, but togetherness, they still, it doesn't look like the chemistry is quite there yet, which can greatly affect how offense operates. And I think the Bengals are still trying to figure that part out. So I'm not going to say nothing crazy about Zach Taylor as of yet. But Ravens, much needed victory, great divisional win. I do think this is a get back on track game. And I think those passes, I think Dre's giving him a pass. Lamar Jackson has to make those passes.
I agree.
He's due a lot of money. You can't miss those passes. You absolutely cannot. But again, he did lead the last drive, which is where all the money is. Yeah. Great win, great divisional win. Great for the Ravens with getting back. First of all, payback for last year, and 2, getting back on track for this year, because this year's kind of been up and down. And how that secondary's been looking, this could have been a nightmare, but it wasn't. So Ravens defense played significantly better than previous weeks. I don't know if Mike is switching some things up, but the defense looked a lot better against a great receiving corps. But great win to get back on track.
Let me chime in real quick just for clarification. I'm not excusing Lamar and missing those passes, because I agree with both you and Raj. He has to make those passes. My takeaway is that it shouldn't take away from his money that he should be getting. And I think that because we've seen him progress over the years, that's something that he'll work on and he'll get better at. So I do agree that he can miss those passes, but I'm saying the way that he missed those passes, it's not like he was missing them like that far off where it was like no way for the receiver to catch it. Those were kind of like, if he just had it maybe a hair, if he didn't, I think he put a little too much on the ball when he was throwing it. But I think that had he just eased up just kind of a little bit on the release of it, that those are more catchable balls for the wide receivers.
Dre, Josh Allen ain't missing those throws. Patrick Mahomes
ain't missing them throws. I'm just saying.
But then again, he's not the same caliber thrower as them, and I'm not saying that as a quarterback, he's not in that same class. Is he one of the top quarterbacks in the league? Yes, but it's because of the diversity that he brings. But he's not the thrower that Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. He's not the same thrower of the football as those guys. So I don't expect for him to be with those tight windows. But however, we have seen Lamar make passes in some tight windows too. So I think it's just one of those things where he's going to try to improve upon, and I think that he'll get better. Is it a little concerning because if it comes down to a game where he's going to have to throw, yes. But am I like worried? No, because I think that I've seen enough improvement of Lamar where that's something that he doesn't mind working on.
No, Mark, not Marcellus from Pulp Fiction. No, that's not what he's talking about. But no, I'm gonna answer Brian's question. No, Wallace did not start running. He was actually super wide open, and he just, I mean, like all night long, he was, well, not all night because in the fourth quarter, in that last drive, he was accurate, but most of the game he was just off. Like he was like off most of the game, and it was a lot of passes was sailing. The
interception was bad.
The interception was terrible. That changed the whole momentum of the game. The Tylan Wallace pass was terrible. The Duvernay pass was terrible, and then I think he had like a across the body to try to get it to Mark Andrews, and he completely missed that as well. So it was a combination of a lot of things, man. But I don't know what was going on from yesterday, or if he just didn't, if he wasn't prepared for, I guess, for the Bengals or whatever. But I mean, it happens, man. Sometimes sometimes stuff like that happens. So yeah, man, it is what it is. They got the victory, they got the win. Get back in the lab and just do what you do, man, and make those throws. Hopefully, Bateman comes back this week. Hopefully, it's only a 1 week injury, but I mean, we shall see.
Wait, Travis Kelce scored again?
Yes.
Yeah, he just literally scored.
Only reason that happened is because the Raiders are the Raiders. So there you go.
Well, let's drive down 95. Crevonte, Tennessee Titans.
We don't have to.
Beat the Washington Commanders 21-17, and the Commanders did have a first and goal at the 2-yard line, and they could not score. Is the season over? They do play this Thursday night, and Brian Robinson did return from Roll Tide and did okay in limited snaps.
There were a couple good things that happened in this game. One, shout out to Brian Robinson coming back after being shot a little bit over a month ago. They also picked a very appropriate song for his intro, which I thought was great. And he got some action. He got back out there, and so it's good seeing him, and that's great. Dommy Brown finally broke through. 2 touchdowns. One was a bomb. I've been waiting on that. So we're pretty deep on the wide receiver side of the game. But yeah, this season's over, man. This season is a wrap. This season is over. I've seen this story before. I read this book, and I know how it ends. This quite possibly, this Commanders team is probably the worst team in the NFL. And I mean, probably maybe the Panthers. The Panthers are probably the worst team in the NFL. But I think the Commanders are somewhere right around the 31st ranked team overall in anybody's power rankings. There's no reason why the Commanders should be anything higher than that. I'm gonna read off a list of teams who I think are playing better than the goddamn Commanders. Jaguars, Seahawks, Jets, Falcons. Believe it or not, even though they just got their first win, the Texans. The Texans have been a lot more competitive over the weeks. And do the Bears have more wins than the Commanders? These are all teams that we said were bottom tier teams coming into this year. And they are all better than the Commanders. First things first. Start from the top. I got a list. I have a list. I'm hearing an echo. Is that me? So, I have a list. First, Ron Rivera must go. Number one, Ron Rivera must go. I think he is old, and it shows in his demeanors and his decision making. His time has come, and his time is gone. I think it's time for a new face, maybe an offensive head coach, possibly. But it's absolutely time for him to go. And another reason why it's time for him to go, Scott Turner. I've been calling for Scott Turner job for about 3 weeks now. He is a terrible offensive coordinator. He does not make any adjustments until the end of the third quarter. And there's no imagination when it comes to this team. There's no balance. As bad as the offensive line is, you can't drop Carson Wentz back an absurd amount of times and think we're going to be successful. There has to be some type of balance. And we're not getting that, especially in key spots on the field, such as the red zone. Terrible. That's where you're making money at. Third down in the red zone, and we're terrible at both. So that's my list. Ron Rivera, Scott Turner, and next, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is being bad Carson Wentz. I've seen bad Carson Wentz way more than I've seen good Carson Wentz. Now, granted, I like what that pass to Dommy Brown was the good Carson Wentz showing his head. But then we got the bad Carson Wentz with the poor decision making at the end of the game. Ball on the 2-yard line. Why are we passing the ball at all? I just don't understand. I don't trust Carson Wentz that much to do anything in the red zone. I just don't. Absolutely forced the pass. He almost looked like a rookie on that pass because he didn't even look to the other side, or it didn't seem like it. I thought the defense was outnumbered. I thought the defense outnumbered the offense 4-2 on that side of the play. And if he would have been patient, there was trips to his right that if he would have been a little bit more patient, somebody came open on that side. But he rushed it. He did the Carson Wentz thing. He threw a pick. Game over. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. So the interesting spot that we're in is that Ron Rivera can't be fired and won't be fired because the only person that can fire him is going through his own legal issues. He don't got time to deal with commander stuff right now. He's trying to stay out of jail at this point. I hate it. So Ron Rivera is going to continue to get a pass, but he should not. Absolutely should not. Next, I want to talk about the NFC East real quick. You could not have told me that the New York Giants would be where they are right now, and the Commanders would be where they are right now. I would have thought, nah, you got it flipped. There's no way the Giants are 4-1 and just came back from London and beat the Green Bay Packers. Now, granted, the Packers have not been the Packers this year. They have not. Their offense is not as explosive, and their offense in general has not been as explosive, and they have not put as many points as they have in previous years. But for the Giants to go up there with no weapons, Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, who looks like he just got drafted, Saquon Barkley, went up there and beat them boys is wild to me. Eagles, couple things. Each team in this division have better than the Commanders? Eagles. Coaching. Much more balanced. With Jalen Hurts and those receivers, and of course the run game of the Eagles. Dallas Cowboys. Defense. Top tier. Scary. I don't like it. Giants. Coaching. Brian Daboll should get some votes for Coach of the Year. Because he's doing the absolute most with less. He's doing a hell of a job. For Daniel Jones to be your quarterback in your first 5 games, you win 4 of them, I think is amazing. And also, Danny Dimes turned to goddamn Steve Young out there when Saquon Barkley went down, had a bloody hand and everything. I don't know. It must be the London air. I don't know. But the Commanders, in all those cases, coaching is the difference. Coaching is the significant difference. We are not the least talented team in this division. We are not. I think the Giants are. But you see the difference in coaching. You see the difference. Brian Daboll is doing a lot with little, and he's getting results, and they're playing for him. I think Ron Rivera's voice has gotten stale, and I don't think they believe. It seems like the Giants hit the nail on the head. Devontae Adams scored again. Did he score again?
He did.
Bro,
Yeah, they're going for 2.
This Monday night game is amazing, bro.
God damn. But okay, finishing up. Like I was saying, for this team to be as talented as they are, there's no reason for the results and the product to be this piss poor. You have to point to coaching. It's lackluster to say the absolute least. I mean, to say the least. It's terrible. Cooper Rush is 5-0 for his career. Daniel Jones is 4-1.
Who the hell is Cooper Rush?
He is the starting quarter. He is the backup quarterback who was on the practice squad for the Dallas Cowboys and is winning games.
Don't worry, we're not going to remember his name in a month.
Once Dak Prescott come back and they start losing, we will. And the Eagles are they're not head and shoulders, but they're the best team in this division, despite how close 4-1, 4-1, and 5-0. But they're the best team in this division. I'm not saying they're gonna run away with it, but they are the best team in this division. And the Commanders, and at the very least on the coaching side of the game, is the very worst team in this division, and they deserve to be. And for that, after we lose on Thursday, because I'm calling it right now, we're going to lose on Thursday. I think some heads should roll. I'm calling for Ron Rivera's job now. And Scott Turner, they have to go. And I hate to say this, we probably should just run with Jack Del Rio as interim for the rest of the year. Which is weird to say. But Ron Rivera's not getting it done. Scott Turner, and that's Scott Turner's his boy. So he's not going to fire him. And unfortunately, Ron Rivera's not going to get fired either. But he should be. Because this is piss poor. That's all I got, man.
You know what? So you're saying that they should do a Matt Rule and fire him right now?
After we lose to the Bears, I think it should happen. But it's not going to happen. But I think it should. Like, I'm over this experiment.
Yeah, I agree. I think he makes the rest of the season. But to see where you guys are, you guys actually might be the worst team in all of football. What's going on in Washington? I mean, we've joked about Washington for quite some time, even prior to the show. But honestly, what's going on is an atrocity. We
Y'all
thought
can
Ron.
use these words. You can't spell it.
Don't get me started because you know I can't. But
It's bad.
I think honestly what's going on is that we always talk about Washington, but Washington really honestly deserves a whole lot better than what they're getting. To see some of the things that are going on right now, your only win thus far has been against Jacksonville. You expect kind of like maybe to lose to Philly and Dallas right now because of the way they're playing. Tennessee, that was a close game. Detroit, Detroit is they're still rebuilding, but I mean everything that's going on right now in Washington, it's just like damn. I don't know. I don't even know. Like you're looking at the schedule right now. You got to play Chicago next. That might be a
Bro,
winnable game, but
it's
then
not many
again,
wins on that. It's not many wins
but
there.
uh,
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to get to 6 wins this year.
I mean, maybe Indianapolis, maybe Houston,
We
maybe
might lose them too.
Atlanta. I mean, honestly speaking, this team may only win about 4 or 5 games if that this
I
season,
was saying
and they'll
like
be lucky. And
six is the ceiling.
and they're honestly, I think that's it. I can't see no more than a 3 to 5 wins right now when you're looking at their schedule and the way that they're playing. And like you said, Ron Rivera's voice is just getting old in their locker room. I don't know where the disconnect happened, but one of the things that Ron Rivera was saying, like in his press conference, was one of the issues was the quarterback position. But you chose this quarterback, and he's saying that it's not enough offensive line help, and it's like, well, you've built this team, like you've been there with the entire time.
Check this out. Check this out. You picked Carson Wentz and paid extra for him,
Mhm.
and you did not have to. Like I was on that when it happened. Like why? It wasn't like there was no crazy market for Carson Wentz. Wait for the Indianapolis Colts to release him. Would you get him 2 third-round picks for? Why? And then on top of that, you give him the rest of our salary cap for the year. Why? It's beyond me right now, yo. And after we lose on Thursday, Ron Rivera, it's because see, look, it has to get really, really bad before it gets a glimpse of it being better. So losing to the Bears is going to open some eyes, maybe even to Daniel Snyder when he's dealing with his litigation stuff. But it has to get worse. It has to keep getting worse. When we play the Giants, we're going to lose. This Thursday, we're going to lose. The L's are going to pile up. So where as though somebody got to do something.
Ooh.
You will lose.
And the sad part is you guys kind of stuck with Ron Rivera for a little bit. He signed a 5-year contract in 2020 and is paid $7 million a year.
And you know what?
Matt Rule had a 7-year deal. What are you talking about?
And that's exactly what we should transition to.
Matt Rule had a 7-year deal.
Good
He
transition.
didn't make it through 3.
There you go.
Real quick, Matt Rule's fired. Really no surprise. I guess they fired him mid-season. I was never a big Matt Rule fan. I mean, I'm not going to say too much on it.
Me neither.
No,
I think you got to be careful. You have to be careful about getting these college head coaches and bumping them up to the NFL and giving them head coach.
Don't give him a quarterback.
You got, and I'm saying, like, you have to be very careful as an organization. Be very careful about getting a college head coach without having your guy at quarterback. You need both. New head coach, not even just college head coaches, but we're talking because that's what he was. He was at Baylor, right? You have to be very careful about bringing in your new head coaches without established quarterbacks, because you're setting them up to fail. At least when Robert Saleh got there, they're like, all right, he got Zach Wilson, even though, I wasn't high on Zach Wilson either. But he has the guy of the future.
Mm-hmm.
You're setting him up for failure.
Right.
You talk about Sam Darnold. Remember, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield. Did you see my hand move? Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield.
And they're both hurt.
He should have been hurt. His feelings hurt first. So trash, yo. But anyway, Matt Rule was in over his head because he didn't have the guy at quarterback. If you don't have your guy at quarterback, this is how it can look. We just talked about two of the bottom three teams in the league, in the Commanders and the Panthers. They don't have the guys at quarterback. I don't know, man.
Before you go into this soliloquy, Dre, let me just get this in real quick.
Oh, here we go.
We don't give a damn about Matt Rule. He was a terrible head coach for the Carolina Panthers, and it was a lot of kerfuffling going on up there as well with the Panthers. I mean, now granted, it's not all his fault because Christian McCaffrey has been hurt a lot in his career, and they didn't. I mean, DJ Moore, he's okay, and I mean they had some pieces here and there where they could have done some things, but all in all, he had a terrible record going in. A lot of pieces were gone. And to try to, build it up this year, they go out there and they get Baker Mayfield. Yeah, the guy that was stinking to join up with the Browns. And they also had Sam
Whose bright
Darnold
idea was that? Whose bright idea was that?
Who was completely and utterly awful because of the team that he played with previously, known as the New York Jets. But we'll get to them in a minute. Yeah, so he deserved to get fired, bro. I mean, it is what it is. I hope the door hit him out. I hope he hit the door when he left the building, or the door hit him, or however that shit goes. Yeah.
I was about to say, yo, Jim. Well, damn, I was about to say, Jim Harbaugh, but never mind. That was forever ago too. I was answering the question with Dre answered the question about what Mark asked about the last head coach that came from college and did well in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, Pete Carroll. Yeah.
And Dre said Pete Carroll. And I was saying Jim Harbaugh did okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, he got to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. He was literally a play away from being a Super Bowl champion. So
sure.
You could throw his name in the mix too, but it's not too many guys who bump up from college to the pro level and then are successful.
Listen, Byron, your guy Cliff Kingsbury is on the hot seat.
I can't put his name in that list right now.
No, I'm saying he's on the hot seat to get up out of there.
Oh yeah, he should be.
He's on the hot seat.
His pants is on fire.
As far as Matt Rule, Carolina's just been so up and down. I mean, you've seen what they've tried to do. One thing I do like about Carolina is they tried. They tried to get Sam Darnold, didn't work. They tried Cam Newton, didn't work. They're trying Baker Mayfield, it didn't work. So at least he's trying when it comes to the quarterback position, because we feel like that's one team that if they can get a quarterback, that they can do some damage. But I bet you Deshaun Watson is so happy he did not go to Carolina after all, because that joint is a hot mess. What's going on right there in Carolina? And then, I mean, I feel sorry for all parts, because it's just not working. Whether it was, like I said, Baker Mayfield, and I don't think that was a bad pickup for them, and I don't think that Sam Darnold was necessarily a bad pickup either. It's just one of those situations where I think it's just not working. But I think that now with Matt Rule being gone, I'm curious to see if they open up the playbook, because you have to maximize to see if you're really going to get the best that you possibly can out of.
He's still going. He's doing too much.
Well, Baker Mayfield will be out for a few weeks.
Sam
He has a
Darnold,
high ankle sprain.
With the walking boot, yeah.
Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield.
It'll be PJ Walker.
I don't either.
And then their quarterback they drafted, Matt Corral, he got hurt before the season. He's out for the year, so you can't even see what the young guy got.
Now, see, you wasn't banking on that happening though. I'm sure you wasn't banking on that, because at some point I felt you felt like Matt Corral might mess around and start, which will be right about now. He will be starting right now, but unfortunately, you know.
I'm just waiting to see Sam Howell out there. That's what I'm waiting for.
It's close.
That's what
I think it's closer than than anticipated.
Well, let's look at these scores real quick, and we'll get our game ball now. So, game ball of week 5 as we head into week 6. Colts beat the Broncos 12-9, worst Thursday night game ever. So the Giants beat the Packers 27-22 overseas in London. Patriots, hammer time, puffy pants over the Lions. Glad I didn't pick the Lions. Chargers tried to Charger, but the Browns 30-28 Chargers. Texans get their first win 13-6 over the Jaguars. Buccaneers hold steady with a 21-15 win over the Falcons. Bills puffy pants game put the Steelers through a table 38-3. I picked the Jets this week. I feel good. They beat the Dolphins. A little bit of hammer time there, 40-17. Vikings hold off the Bears 29-22. As you mentioned, Titans beat the Commanders 21-17. Saints, Seahawks in the shootout 39-32. The Saints get the win. 49ers beat the Panthers 37-15. Cardinals almost had it. Mr. Field Goal lose to the Eagles 20-17. Cowboys under Cooper Rush and Michael Parsons beat the Rams 22-10. The Rams look to be in a little bit of trouble. Ravens beat the Bengals 19-17. And this Monday night game, Raiders have the ball driving on third down with a minute and a half left. While we wait for the result of that, Dre, game ball, not so game ball, brother.
Ooh. I guess my game ball, I hate to do this. I'm going to give it to the Giants. I'm thoroughly impressed to see what's been happening right now with the Giants. Their record, the fact that they were able to beat Green Bay. Granted, Green Bay is not the same Green Bay, but I mean, the Giants apparently ain't the same Giants either.
No,
to have the record that they have. So hats off to them. So they get my game ball. Excuse me. As far as my not so game ball, I got to give it to both teams from Thursday night. What a waste of time. I mean, I think I'd rather see little kids play ball before I see that hot mess again. That was straight up garbage. And Amazon should want a refund. The fans should want a refund because of that display of whatever that was out on the field. The commentary was better than the damn game. I mean, and when in all retrospects, I mean, it's one thing to have a defensive game. It's one thing to have a low scoring game, but that thing was just horrible all around. And you would think that quarterbacks out there like Matt Ryan and Russell Wilson would be able to give you a better performance, especially the trajectory that we had the Denver Broncos on all around. I mean, just piss poor. And you talk about an underachieving team. That the Denver Broncos. I don't know who to give it to more, the Denver Broncos or the Las Vegas Raiders, because both teams are neck and neck when it comes to underachievement. But that whole Thursday night production just gets anything below an F to me. So that's my not so game ball.
Go ahead, Raj.
All right, so I'm gonna do I'm gonna say my not so game ball for last. My game ball has to go to Josh Allen, man. Hats off to you, brother, man. Oh, the ass whooping that you put on the Steelers put a bright smile to my day. First thing in the afternoon on Sunday. It was beautiful, man. 360 something yards in the first half of that game. Gabriel Davis just getting one-handed touchdowns, and Stephon Diggs doing what Stephon Diggs usually does. Oh, it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day. Ah, man, it was beautiful. But yes, he gets my game ball. He was awesome. Over 400 yards. They whooped the Steelers' ass 38-3. And he was phenomenal. MVP candidate, all the above. But now, my not so game ball doesn't go to a specific team. It goes to a son of a bitch named Jerome Boger. I cannot stand this referee. He is awful and deserves to be fired immediately. Last week, He called that ridiculous roughing the passer on Brandon Stevens. And, I could say he cost us the game, but he helped seal the deal for the Buffalo Bills last week. And this week, he caused the same roughing the passer on Grady Jarrett of the Atlanta Falcons. And all he did was just tackle him. It wasn't like he just tried to, hurt Brady. He just tackled him. And then when they asked Brady during the press conference, well, you're gonna have to ask the referees about that. I don't. He was like, I don't referee or something like that. Something, just basic. But this
bull
guy
jive. That's what it was.
sucks.
It was complete bull jive.
He sucks. He's been sucking like this for years. He needs glasses. After further review, he needs to go. All right. After further review, his ass needs to be gone. He is a terrible referee. He brings the referees that referee these games down, and it makes no sense for him to be covering top level games at this point. I mean, Ed Hockley is better than him. Ed Hockley's son is better than him. All the referees that are doing this Monday Night Football game is better than him. He is a complete disgrace to referees, and he needs to be fired immediately. Get him the hell up out of here. That bastard Jerome Boger. You make me sick. Stop calling these stupid ass flags. Go ahead.
Start low and high, Crevonte, baby.
Man, it's so much to go around.
Brad Maddox was a better referee than what that fool been doing right
Yeah.
there.
Yes, he was a better referee with Page. You're right. You're correct. But anyway, continue, Crevonte.
It's so many to go around. I was actually going to say the referees in general, Raj, because they made a trash call in this game that should be winding down now in the first half.
Wow, that is trash because that was definitely a completed pass.
It was absolutely terrible. Like, what is a defender supposed to do? But I'm gonna give a not so game ball to the Detroit Lions. They were the top rated offense going into this week, and for them to lay an entire goose egg, it's every time I want to give some praise to the Lions, they do something like not finish a game or not score an entire game, and they get my not so game ball.
Might have another referee bad call, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's egregious right here. This one.
God
might be
damn.
back to back. Might be two back bad calls.
Sheesh.
They really helped the Tribal Chief.
Well, they fell into each other though, so I don't think that's a bad call. They fell into each other.
Game ball. Yo, man. Look out. The San Francisco 49ers is here, man. The San Francisco 49ers is out here, man. They put a shellacking on the Carolina Panthers, which they should have. And that was a statement game, and they are the best team in the NFC West. Look out. The 49ers is out here.
Might mess around with that division, Crevonte.
What'd you say?
Might mess around with that division.
Oh, yeah. They're the best team in the division now. And they have taken the lead.
Crevonte took my not so game ball. I'm gonna give my not so game ball to the Browns Chargers. They both was trying to give that game away. Jacoby Brissett, then Brandon Staley. He's notorious for doing these fourth down calls. Didn't get it. If the Browns kicker can make a kick, the Browns would have won and been in first place along with the Ravens. So goofiness all around in that game. And my game ball is going to go to the New York Jets. We slide the Jets, and they deserve to be slid. But they're 3-2. They're in second place.
Crazy.
They're in second place, and the Jets are alive in the AFC playoff picture for right now. And Zach Wilson isn't giving games away. Sauce Gardner looks like a star. He looked like one yesterday. And Brees Hall and Michael Carter are a good 1-2 punch. So keep an eye on the Jets moving forward. But they had the Packers this week, so that could be short-lived. But we shall see. Let's get to week 6 picks, as it looks like the Chiefs are going to win over the Raiders 30-29. Dre, you got the standings before we go into the picks for this week?
I don't have the overall standings, but I do have the standings from last week. Basically, it's kind of tied from last week. Crevonte and Unc, y'all records were 8-7, and me and Byron's records were 10-5.
Well, Dre, if we both picked the Chiefs, we both went to 11-5, and shout out to us picking the Ravens as well.
Yes.
Can I say something real quick before you get to the picks? See, this is why. All right, so this game is over with. All right, so everybody knows Kansas City Chiefs won, but this is exactly why you just kick the extra point. You just take what the defense get. You don't got to make the game hard. This is what I don't like about the NFL sometimes, or should I say some of these coaches? It's like you make the game harder than what it's supposed to be. Take what the defense gives you. You could have had this game tied at 30. You're gonna go for a 2-point conversion. Why?
Well, the reason you go for the 2-point conversion is so that way they can try to get that statement win over the.
They lost by 1 point. They lost by 1 freaking point. This could have been in overtime right now.
And that terrible, I think, Crevonte, you were talking about that. I don't know if you saw the field goal either. That terrible defensive holding they called because he missed the field goal, the Chiefs did. So the Raiders probably should have won the game. And if they kicked the extra point, it would have been tied. And the Raiders probably would have been able to stop it.
Not only that, they missed. I mean, there was a bad call about that Devontae Adams catch when he had both feet in. And they're saying that they overturned it, saying it wasn't a catch. I mean,
that's a makeup, man. That's a makeup call, brother, from that BS that they called in the first half.
But I somewhat I agree with you, Roger, except in this aspect, I don't mind them going for the 2 points. But like the Ravens yesterday, with their game against the Cincinnati Bengals, I was happy that the Ravens actually chose to kick the field goal because in the end, it ended up being the best thing for them. Because I know in the games past, the Ravens didn't kick the field goal. So you're right. Sometimes it just is best to just either kick the field goal or go for the extra point. But in this situation, I didn't mind them going for it because you never know with the Chiefs.
They blew this completely.
Well, Thursday night, Commanders Bears is going to be a snooze fest. I won't even watch this game.
Bears.
But hold on, wait a minute. What's the game again?
Bears and Commanders.
Commanders and Bears?
Yes, in Chicago.
Jesus.
I told you I'll pick up.
Chicago.
I'm with you. We're going Bears. Oh, Jaguars, Colts. Mark, where you at? I'm going to go with your Colts, Mark.
This is a rematch, right? Yeah. They played
twice. They're in the same division.
All right. I'm going with the Colts.
So is everybody going with the Colts?
Yeah.
Jag.
Me too. I'm going with the Jags too.
So Crevonte and Dre going with the Jags. We're going with the Colts. Okay. Ugh, man. Patriots, Browns. This should be an interesting game. I'm going to go Browns.
I'm going to go Patriots.
Yes, it's a tough one.
All right, so wait a minute, Byron, you said you're going with the Patriots?
I'm going Browns. Roger's going Patriots.
I'm going Patriots.
Browns, I guess.
I'm going to go with because I doubted the Patriots last week. So I think I'm going to go with the Patriots this week.
Bengals, Saints. I'm going to go Bengals. They got to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bengals.
It's New Orleans.
You said Bengals, Saints?
Yeah, it's in New Orleans.
I'm going Bengals.
Mark, I'm rolling with y'all this week, brother. I'm back on the bandwagon with y'all.
Everybody with the Bengals?
Bengals.
Looks like it. Buccaneers, Steelers. Buccaneers.
Yeah. I'm going with the Buccaneers. That's easy.
49ers, Falcons. We all going 49ers?
Yep. 49ers.
Vikings, Dolphins. I'm going with Kirk Cousins, first Cousins.
I'm going Minnesota as well. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be for the Dolphins.
Yeah, Tua going to be out for a while. So.
And Teddy got hurt too.
Yep.
And
Hill got hurt as well. He in a walking boot too.
Ravens, Giants. Can't forget that.
Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens in a close game.
Jets, Packers. I'm going Aaron Rodgers. Packers.
I gotta go. I gotta go Packers.
Man, I don't even know. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Gonna hold y'all, bro.
Just a couple Green Bay. It's in Green Bay, bro.
You know you want to pick the Jets. Go ahead, man.
Packers, not this time.
Panthers, Rams.
I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna find one this year to pick the Jets. I'm gonna find one.
Panthers, Rams.
I'm gonna say the Rams.
Yeah, you can do your thing.
Oh yeah, the Rams. Yeah, definitely.
They have to win. Like this is
Yeah.
absolute must-win territory.
They don't have a quarterback. We don't even know who the quarterback is. You gonna play quarterback for him, Crevonte?
Nah, you seen that offensive line? Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be PJ Walker, the XFL guy. Cardinals, Seahawks.
Oh, this a tough one.
Come on, Cardinals. Come on, Cardinals.
Is the Seahawks at home?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Seahawks are at home. God damn it.
Playing Seahawks.
I'm gonna say the Seahawks.
You know what? I'm sorry. I say the Seahawks too.
Roger, what you saying?
Seahawks.
I like the Seahawks at home.
Byron, what you saying?
He's still
Since all y'all picking the Seahawks, I'm gonna go with Kyler. Gene Malenko shows up this week.
Okay. All right. I don't think so. He playing great football.
And Rashad Penny got hurt out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the year.
Okay. This might be the game of the weekend. Should be the Sunday night game, but we know why it's not. Bills, Chiefs, AFC supremacy.
That's not Sunday night. That's even not the Sunday night.
Sunday
Going
evening.
on, Aaron?
Jim Nance and Romo.
You already know.
Aaron, how you feeling about your Cowboys, baby? How you feeling about your Cowboys, y'all? About to be in first place if y'all win on Sunday.
I'm going with the Bills. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with the Bills. Damn them Chiefs, man. They should have lost tonight.
You already know who I'm going with. Until you prove that you could beat them, I'm rocking with them. Patty Mahomes in them.
I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. He's the MVP right now.
I'm going with the Bills.
I'm going with the Bills. Revenge game.
Damn it, I hate to agree.
They can get after Pat Mahomes. They can
but it's
no, they can't
because this game is in Kansas City, so I'm gonna say Kansas City as well.
I just think the Bills' momentum right now, man. The Chiefs.
Hey, their best competition was us.
The Chiefs about to. I don't
we
know.
let them off the hook.
I'm gonna go Bills.
Literally.
It could go either way. I'm gonna go Bills though.
Mm-hmm. They're favored by 2.5.
Cowboys, Eagles Sunday night.
Cowboys.
Yo.
Oh, the Eagles.
No, that could be very entertaining. I'm going with the Eagles.
I'm rolling with the Eagles.
That could be an entertaining game. Oh, Byron. Fun fact. This will be the first game of Patrick Mahomes' career where they're not favored.
Wow.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go Eagles. Cooper Rush is going to lose their game, and this will bring back Dak Prescott the week after.
So the whole team is on it. Yeah, I think it has for Dak Prescott to get his job back at this point. There has to be a game when he stinks it up, and I think that this is the game where he stinks it up.
Yeah, as soon as he loses,
it's prime time. That boy ain't ready, but I don't know if he's ready.
They're gonna have to score more than 20 points. They can't do that. Run the ball, play defense.
I mean, they could. But,
and this might be a coming out game for Jalen.
Juggernaut.
I told you. I think him and
I know you happy about the Chiefs
right now.
I know you was over there sweating, Juggernaut. Y'all probably should have lost, man.
Yeah, you should have lost.
Y'all was actually losing.
Damn it, man.
Okay. It's all good, man. Yeah, I'm going Eagles, and then Broncos Chargers on Monday night. I'm going Chargers.
I think the whole team going with the Chargers on this one.
Yeah, okay. I can't pick the Broncos. I can't.
Nope.
Yeah, so
there's no way I can bring myself to do it.
I'm going with Russell Chargers. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Chargers. Russell's Chargers.
Yes. Before we get to Goofies of the Week, we gotta show love to our sponsor of the evening, Fanatics. Yes, Juggernaut, a win is a win.
Win is a win.
I'm going with the Bills this week, Juggernaut, just so you know. I'm picking the Bills to beat y'all. But
hey, yo, Juggernaut. Yo, Patty Mahomes boy all day, boy.
We got a message from our sponsor, Fanatics, and we'll be right back with Goofies of the Week right here on the Flex On Podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want when you need it. Breaking news here on the Flex Zone Podcast YouTube channel, the only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. We are proud to announce we have partnered with Fanatics.com, and they are the official sponsor of the Flex Zone Podcast. That's right, Fanatics, your home for all your sports apparel, has decided to partner with the Flex Zone Podcast. Let me tell you more. We always talk about here on the Flex Zone podcast that confidence is key. And when you have confidence, you can accomplish anything, and you stand out from the rest. Stand out from the rest by going to our special link and clicking it and supporting not only Fanatics, but when you help out Fanatics and click this link, you help out your favorite sports podcast, the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. We are the head of the sports podcast table. We are the ones, and make sure you acknowledge us. Fall is here, and football season is in full swing. And our friends at Fanatics have decided to partner with the only place giving you your sports how you want it, when you need it. The Flex Zone Podcast for all your sports apparel needs. Get your officially licensed gear from the NFL, NBA, and NCAA. And now Fanatics is proud to announce they are the official apparel sponsor of the WWE. And you know we here at the Flex Zone Podcast love some good old wrestling. And you too could be the man of 1,000 t-shirts. With the holidays approaching, birthdays, anniversaries, or just that special gift for that special someone, Fanatics has it all. Sports memorabilia, trading cards, NFTs, and of course, all your favorite sports teams. Leagues in the United States, leagues out of the United States. Fanatics has it all. Use the special link down below. Support not only Fanatics, but the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. So Fanatics can continue to sponsor and work with the Flex Zone Podcast for days, for weeks, for months, and years to come. Do what God's favorite host says do. And that's right, click that link down below. Go to fanatics.com. Support the Flex Zone Podcast. You're here to the sports podcast table. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Fanatics.com. All your apparel needs in one place. And they are the title sponsor of the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Big shout out to Fanatics. Thanks again. Click the link. It's pinned in the description and in the comments down below. Get your sports gear, rep your team, as we do here on the Flex On Podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Real quick, Dre. Good weekend to be in Philly. You got Phillies, Braves, games 3, 4, and 5. And you have Sunday Night Football in Philly on Sunday night. And you got English Premier League, if you're into that, as well this weekend in Philly. So Philly will be definitely rocking and rolling. Actually, game 5, if they have a game 5, would be the same day as Sunday Night Football. So a lot going on in Philly this weekend.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's about to be lit this weekend.
Right. Just thought I'd throw that nugget out there. But, Crevonte, it's time to get goofy and talk about those goofies of the week.
Man. What a week in sports. Is so much that I thought was goofy this week, but I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna be a little long with it this time because I got 3 that I really want to talk about. But anyway, welcome, good people, to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the world what I thought was goofy this week, and it was quite a bit to speak on. So I have, and I have a low level goofy this week, so I got to clap it up for that. I have a low level goofy this week, and it is quite funny. Oh, snap.
Goofy made an appearance. Sorry.
He makes an appearance every week, brother. So I had 2 levels of goofy. I have Jet Green, which has not been jetting lately, so they look all right. Robert Solid, he said he's keeping all receipts, but I'm gonna keep it Jet Green because I think the Jets will remain the Jets or something. Falcon Red, Falcons have been playing better, but they still the Falcons. And that is the high level goofy. Low level goofy, hee ha ha, funny. We kind of leave it alone after that. And high level goofy, we have to sit down and congregate about this because somebody, some people, or something has gone entirely too far and it needs to be stopped. I have 3 this week. I'm going to start low and then I'm going to end high. Man, listen. Shout out to the New York Giants for going across the pond and giving Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers an L in the UK, giving the UK a show. But there were some folks on the sidelines that gave the UK a whole nother show. For those of y'all that don't know, if y'all was up early in the morning, this game started at 9:30 on the East Coast in the United States. And yeah, that's when the game started. But there was a guy by the name of Darnay Holmes, safety for the New York Giants. Apparently, at some point, he pulled. I'm gonna say he pulled his groin. That's what I'm absolutely gonna say. So he had to step out the game, which is fine and normal. Things haven't gotten crazy yet. But we go to a random shot of my man Cheeks out on national television. Well, I guess international television. And we see the trainer massaging, going ham in his midsection, his groin section. He's going ham on it. But the angle they showed was Holmes's cheeks out. And the trainer on the front side just doing this. Which looked crazy from the angle that they choose to show it. We all know the NFL has a well, not even just the NFL, because in college football they do this as well. They have a knack for finding stuff. No matter how many people is in the crowd, they have a knack for finding stuff. But this one was on the field, on the sidelines. It looked wild. I don't know what was going on. He was rubbing some type of solution cream or whatever on his midsection. It looked crazy from the angle. I saw somewhere on Twitter that they said that the New York Giants OnlyFans page is going to be 50% off at midnight, and that's going to be the first showing. I said, well, goddamn it. So the UK, London, got two shows. One they paid for, and one they didn't necessarily pay for. Not even sure everybody wanted this. You got kids, we got women, children, and guys out there that probably didn't necessarily want to see that. And hell, I didn't want to see it either, but it happened. It looked weird, but Twitter had a field day with it. Definitely low level goofy. Go to the locker room.
My man said.
Like once you realize.
My man said, "Cakes."
Yo, I feel like once you realize that you had to do that, you had to massage that part of his body, you should have just went to the locker room, bro. Why you did it on the sidelines? My man Cheeks was out. And I'm sure it wasn't warm in the UK. Especially dealing with my man groin. You knew you had to massage my man groin. Take that to the locker room, yo. Y'all went entirely too far. Ain't nobody want to see that. We got kids and families and grandmas and aunties and uncles and stuff in the crowd. Ain't nobody want to see that. Ain't nobody want to see all that. I could do nothing but laugh though, because man, Twitter had a field day. It was very, very funny. But goddamn it, whoever cameraman, you're nasty. You're nasty is what it is. Yeah, the UK whoever the cameraman was, you're nasty. So that's boom, low level goofy. Next, this is of the high variety. If you've been under a rock, we know that. For those of y'all that's been under a rock, the NBA is back. Preseason basketball is underway. But altercation happened earlier this week. Well, last week, technically, between two teammates, not against another team. This was in practice. We talking about practice, guys. This happened in practice. We're gonna go to the Bay Area for this one. The Golden State Warriors practice. So the media is a very interesting place. We all saw the reports of there being an altercation between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. They downplayed it and said, oh, he swung on him. It's like, oh, it's not, disagreements and stuff happen. Minor instances, altercations happen. Minor altercations happen in practice from time to time. Things get heated. Folks talking trash. Sometimes it can go a bit too far. But then they said he hit him. That was the next report. I was like, huh, okay. It's all well and good as long as it's on print media. As long as it's on print media, it's all good. But God damn it, we all know too well when that video drop, things be different. Things be different. This brother Draymond Green cold cocked my man Jordan Poole. I wish I could hear the audio. I need audio. Because I want to know what Jordan Poole saying. And what was Draymond Green saying? Because he walked up on him like he said something crazy to him. Jordan Poole pushed him, and Draymond Green just cold rocked him. Bad. Like, it started under the basket, and then it went to the padded wall. It was bad. Bad, bad, bad. And, of course, Twitter had a field day with that one, too. So, Draymond, you too old for this, man. You entirely too old for this, brother. You are the elder statesman for this team. You got gray hairs in your beard. You got gray hairs on your head. You is too old to be putting your hands on these kids because that's what Jordan Poole is. At least to you, he is. He's in his early 20s. He's having a good time. He's having fun. There was no reason for you to call off and cock this man cold. So you dropped him. Like, this is bad. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, y'all just won a championship. And on whenever the first home game y'all get, y'all gotta have a ring ceremony. And y'all gotta act like this ain't happened. But also, I'm disappointed in the Golden State Warriors organization because things like this don't usually get out. They usually a tight-knit group. But of course, Draymond Green, at some way, some point, have to be in the center of it. Of course, we go back to the whole KD incident where he said that wild stuff to him during a game. I guess he thought since it was a practice, it wouldn't be that bad. But, once that video dropped, hit this man, he went to sleep. Bad look for everybody. Bad look for everybody. Draymond Green, you was wrong. I don't know what the penalty is, but they need to come down on you because anytime there's something wild going on, you involved in it. You too damn old for this, man. Too goddamn old for this. Putting your hands on that boy like that. But, Jordan Poole kind of put his hands on him first, but you can't come up in folks' personal space and don't expect, some type of retaliation. But goddamn it, Draymond. Stop. You're too old for this. Goddamn it. Oh, the goddamn. You got kids. Draymond. But personally, if I'm Jordan Poole, it's on site every time I see you, brother. It's on site. I don't know what you got to say for your fellow light skinned brother, but yeah, it's the get back season for me. But yeah, how about Goofy coming from a championship team? We don't usually expect that, but you got to do better. Absolutely got to do better. Draymond Green, stop putting your hands on people. You're wrong. Jordan Poole, you should have hit him first. You should have hit him first. He came in your face. You should have hit him first, but neither here nor there. It should have happened. And last but not least,
Byron, mute up.
Last but not least, Thursday night, Football is going to take another L this Thursday, but we're going to talk about the previous Thursday. Specifically, the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has fallen off a cliff, guys, and it's happening before our eyes. Russell, instead of let Russ cook, Russell Wilson is getting cooked. And it is ugly to watch, and it's ugly to see. Nathaniel Hackett looks like he's in over his head, and Russell Wilson looks like he's drastically fallen from his prime and falling from the elite category of being an elite quarterback. Number one, couple things. Number one, Russell Wilson throws a pick in the red zone. What else is new, guys? He throws a pick in the red zone to Stephon Gilmore, who was a former Patriot. I might add. I don't know what it is about Russell Wilson in this here red zone, but it doesn't look good. And the Broncos as a whole have not done well in the red zone this year. He throws a pick to Stephon Gilmore in the red zone. That was number one. Number two, the fans left at the end of the fourth quarter. No, the game was not over, but the fans left at the end of the fourth quarter. Why? Because they was tired of looking at that trash product that the Denver Broncos were putting out there. The score was 9-9. And fans was like, man, forget this. I'm done. I'm through with it. Through with it. Absolutely done with it. So the fans left the arena and the game was tied. I think that lets you know what a fan base is with this whole Russell Wilson, Nathaniel Hackett marriage that they got going on. Number three, another trip to the red zone by Russell Wilson and the Broncos. And he forces a ball to Cortland Sutton, who had, yes, Stephon Gilmore again on him. And Stephon Gilmore undercut it, just like he did the interception, to knock the ball away. But lo and behold, to Russell Wilson's right, I believe it was Hamlin that was wide open. And we saw the frustration on their brother. He took his helmet off and threw it to the ground. And I saw a clip of Richard Sherman, and it takes me back, and I'm sure it took you brothers back to that dreaded Super Bowl, where the phrase "run the damn ball" came from. And not only did they not run the ball one time, they didn't run the ball twice. 2 trips. And they got 0 points out of it, and in a losing effort in overtime. I think I hate to say the season is over, but I think they're slowly. First of all, I don't think Nathaniel Hackett ever had the locker room. I'm just say that, and I think Russell Wilson, what little bit he had of the locker room, is losing the locker room with that goofy press conference he had afterwards, talking about some damn Russell Broncos country. Let's ride. You don't get your goofy ass out of here. You get your goddamn goofy ass the fuck out of here, man. I couldn't imagine what that locker room was looking like right now. That defense played lights out. Okay. What you think? What Raj, Dre, Byron? What do y'all think the Baltimore Ravens would have done to Trent Dilfer if? Oh snap! No. Hey, man, the Sierra curse is real. Been saying that for years. But what do you think the Baltimore Ravens defense back in the day would have done to Trent Dilfer if he threw this game away? What y'all think? What y'all think that defense would have did to him? And he'd have walked back in telling some Ravens country, let's ride. It'd have been bad. It'd have been bad.
They would have just ride. That's what they would have done.
No, they would have rolled his ass. That's what they would have did.
It'd have been bad. It'd have been bad. It'd have been real bad. But I don't think Russell Wilson even understood how goofy he was being. Because he said Broncos country as he was leaving. And then you kind of heard Broncos country, let's ride. And he kind of like just went off the screen. I was like, you don't even believe that, sir.
Didn't he do one of these numbers or something like that? Like, let's ride.
I think he did some goofy hand sign on top of that. Some goddamn let's ride. We not getting no car with you, brother. Ain't nobody getting no vehicle with you or Nathaniel Hackett because can't neither one of y'all drive no more. Y'all are both passengers. So how the hell y'all don't get to where y'all got to go if y'all both being passengers? I don't know. But the defense has every right to be upset. And, yeah, it does not look like things are working out with Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett and this here Denver Broncos. All that goddamn money they paying this brother, and he is not showing up. It all started week one with them choosing to kick the ball as opposed to going to Russell Wilson. But hey, maybe he saw something that we are just now seeing, that Russell Wilson don't got it no more. And I hate to see that for a former Super Bowl champion, but the fall from grace is real, and he's continuing to fall. I hate it for him, but yeah, I think he got his last contract. Let's say that. So yeah, that's my three guys. Low level goofy, the cheek show in the UK. Ain't nobody asked for that. The fans in the UK love them some football because they come out and they show out. But I don't think that's the part. I don't think we could have done without that part of the show. Next, high level goofy, Draymond Green and his molly whopping Jordan Poole. I expect more from a Golden State Warriors organization, and so should they. And last but not least, also high level goofy, Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett. It ain't working. It ain't working. And damn, the Raiders lost again, so the Raiders are still in last place. Then the Broncos should be in last place, honestly, but the Raiders can't get right. I think that also has something to do with coaching. But as you can see, the two teams at the bottom have the newer coaches, and you can see the commonality that's going on here. But yes, the cheek show, Draymond Green, and Russell Wilson. Y'all got to do better, guys. Got to do better. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and all these people, even on the other side of the pond, are on the wrong end of it. Y'all got to get it together, man. Y'all got to get it together.
You know what?
I'll tell y'all right now. What's up?
I'm surprised you didn't put that incident with Dion on the list. I knew that one was just going to make the list.
Oh man, I don't have enough time. I thought that was funny. That would have been a low level goofy too.
Oh gosh, something wrong here. Aaron, he was on the list last week. If you go back last week, AB got brought up to the front of the congregation last week for his actions as well. But let us know. See something goofy, let us know. Crevonte will definitely hit on it for you here on Goofies of the Week. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that bell, hit that subscribe button as well. Drizzy Dre, what can they expect for episode 363, my brother?
More NFL, more baseball, and then you never know, man. Sports has been extra wild these past couple weeks, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yes, we may have to get something together, see everybody's schedule, and do an official NBA preview. A lot to talk about to put into one show, so we may just do something specifically just for NBA. We'll work that out and let you guys know here on the Flex On Podcast. Dre, how can they start their day with a cup of Dre each and every day on WEA?
Hey, Monday through Friday, you can catch me Good Morning Baltimore on WEAA. And of course, every Monday right here on the Flex Zone podcast. Make sure y'all like and subscribe on YouTube.
Executive producer Andre Melton, man of a thousand nicknames, senior producer, the commanding lawyer, the captain of the goofy ship, Crevonte Hurd, Big Rise, social media producer. What can they expect on the channel this week, and how can they keep up with us, and what do they need to do if they're watching right now?
Well, first of all, they can watch these cheeks. Well, I'm just
Wow.
joking.
Wow. Wow.
But no.
Cut it off. Cut it off.
Hit the like.
Off.
Hit the like.
Cut it off.
Look. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. If you don't want Big Raj to come for your cheeks, you hit that.
Wow.
Like.
Wow. He's still going.
All right. And make sure you check out some of the videos this week as we talk AEW Dynamite. We also, got some things planned for the NBA, as Byron said. And of course, we're going to do the preview to the Giants game, the New York Giants for the Baltimore Ravens and Giants game, and the post show with the Baltimore Ravens and the Giants game as well. And we're going to have some other things coming as well. So stay tuned. Hit that like, hit the subscribe. If you don't want Big Raj coming for your cheeks.
Oh, he said it again.
Do what you got to do.
Drop those sunglass emojis in the chat. We get ready to put the kids to bed. For Dre, for Crevonte, for Rod, I'm Godfrey Road, the Hope with the Moines. Make sure you guys check out our sponsor for the night, Fanatics. Link is in the description and in the chat below. If you want to donate, Cash App, the Flex Zone 1, the Flex Zone 1 at gmail.com. The Flex Zone 1
actually,
Instagram.
Don't donate to the Flex Zone 1. You hit that super chat. You want to donate, you hit the super chat. That's what you did. Hit that super chat if you want to donate. That's what you have.
Hey, we take a half a week and get it, but definitely hit those super chats as well. We'll be back throughout the week. And of course, episode 363 next week for the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it, fellas.
When you
need it.
Hearts and minds are clear. We out. Peace.
Jakes.
Hey, yo, cut his mic.
Drop those cheek emojis in the chat. Oh, man. Have a great night, everybody.